there, Lily. Hope you're having a great day today. There's your video lesson. So your two things I want to talk about. In these chords I wanted to talk about. If there's questions at the end or if you want me to look at anything, feel free to send on over. I'll be more than happy to answer. So let's get to it. I'm going to dial in some good tone right here. I typically use plugins at home, which are actually online amps, and it's a really neat way of getting a lot of cool sounds out of your guitar without spending a whole lot of money. Like, they do cost money, but like what you get underneath the hood is a lot more than what you get just with physical pedals or physical gear. So we'll switch over here to Jazz Clean. See, actually looks like an amp right here. Anyway, I'll tell you all about that if you're interested, that sort of thing. So, Bulletproof Wish Eyes. With Radiohead, I kind of lump them into a category called progressive indie. And what I mean by that is they have that raw kind of power rock and roll sound, but they include elements of progressive music or bringing in things from like jazz or classical and theory points into their music while still being kind of radio friendly or listener friendly without being too esoteric or too ivory tower college kind of stuff, which is I think why probably why they're successful, is because it's interesting sounding music but it's still digestible. And what they'll do is they'll either do a cool rhythmic element or they'll do a cool chord element in there, a harmony element. And I'm going to talk about the rhythm first. In Bulletproof Wish I Was, they could have easily have done this. They could have gone this with A minor to C. Those are the chords to Bulletproof Wish I Was, but it doesn't sound like that. What they're doing is that the song isn't still in 4/4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, right? But what they've done is they've divided up the beat differently. So what they're doing in this song is they're doing this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. If you add those numbers up, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 plus 3 plus 2, you get the number 8. The same as you go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. But it sounds different. This sounds kind of cookie cutter to me. It doesn't sound progressive at all. It's not borrowing any kind of cool rhythmic elements from other styles of music. It's kind of just out of the box, can you keep time sort of thing. But what Radiohead does is they take that number 8, because 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and is 8 things, right? They take that 8 and they break it up into different numbers. 3 plus 3 plus 2, and then they do this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, which is way more interesting than just going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So what they've done is, in a progressive sort of way, is make a more interesting strum pattern. And then not only that, they've taken the chords, rather than playing A minor, C, G, and D for the verse section, they're playing A minor 7, which just has that dreamy sound, right? That ethereal dream pop sound that is very common in this era. And then they go to C major 7. Now major 7, you'll still see that in popular music today, but it's not as common. You find it more progressive styles, right? Progressive indie is one of the hallmarks of progressive. They use chords that are beyond just like G, D, C, A minor, right? Which get old after a while, and they get neater, cooler sounds out of it, which I'm hoping is a sound that you really like. And if we find that it is, we'll find other songs that have that similar same sound to it, which I think will be the common thread from the other assignment I gave you, which is I want you to find all your 5 most favorite songs in the universe you've ever listened to and send them to me, and I'm going to find the common thread. I'm thinking maybe one of those things might be that ethereal major 7 sound. But anyway, that remains to be seen. I'll find that out later. So A minor 7, rather than playing a plain old C chord, he plays C major 7, and then he plays a G major 7/B, which is a huge name for that chord right there, and then to D sus2. And there's a reason why these chords are named this. There's a scientific reason. We'll talk about all of it later on. So now we have this cool sound. 1, 2, and rather than being so happy, it's more kind of like that Radiohead mopiness, for lack of better terms. I think of Radiohead as kind of has kind of like a mopey air about them, or kind of like a melancholy sort of air about them. especially through this album, especially through the Benz album, which you totally listen to because it's a great album. It's an awesome album, right? So I have this 1, 2, 3. I'll say 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, right? All the way through there. Now what they do 3 measures of that. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Next measure, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1. Say third measure. On the fourth measure, what they do to spice things up is they take that 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 pattern and they change it. They swap it around. So instead of going 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, they do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And it makes it a little bit more interest. It's not like going overboard with like new stuff, new stuff, new stuff. It's same thing for 3 measures. On the fourth measure, we're going to change it to give you a little bit of something different that you weren't expecting, and just a little bit. That last little bit is a D chord, and talking about the walk down figure. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So we have a D sus2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and then on 1, 2, 3, because we're missing that part, we're gonna go with 3, 2, 0, and I'm still keeping that ring finger down the entire time. 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, and then back to the beginning again. It's a really cool sound. It's just like it's nothing crazy. They've taken a basic chord progression and a basic 4/4 pattern, and in the chords they turned them from just plain triad boring chords to more progressive sounding 7th chords and extended chords, which is a hallmark of this era. Like Oasis, who else does this during that time? Cranberries, who else? Names are escaping me right now. Other than Radiohead does it. There's a bunch of other ones I'll think about later on. They do the dream pop. Cocteau Twins, definitely them. Right, listen to Cocteau Twins. Heaven or Las Vegas is like when I picture dream pop 90s, late 80s, early 90s. Cocteau Twins, Heaven or Las Vegas is like that sound, and it's that same kind of like those are the kinds of chords that they're using. These really dreamy chords. So that kind of brings me to the next thing, which is Nice Dream, another song by Radiohead, Nice Dream. We kind of briefly, I think, mentioned it last week, but I thought it'd be kind of cool just to talk about. Another element that they do in this sort of genre of music, this dream pop, ethereal sound. Radiohead, I don't consider Radiohead to be dream pop necessarily. I think they just borrow elements of it that they like. And one element that they do in here, a compositional tool, the first chord you have in here is a C chord, E form C chord, but rather than barring it, what they do is they take the bar off and they do a movable major shape with open B and E string to make this more ethereal, dreamlike sound. 1, 2, and 3, once again. Excuse me. Excuse me. No, a little bit of a cold. 1, 2. Now you see what I'm doing here? I'm not barring this at all. I'm just doing this E form movable shape, and I've taken the bar off of it, and I have my open B, open E string, and those were called a pedal tone. I'm pedaling a note, 2 notes through a set of chord changes. This is a very common thing. And that's kind of what Radiohead was doing here. You're pedaling notes through, there's like some strings that were open and they were having motion in other fingers. This is a very common technique. When I'm songwriting, I don't just pull stuff out of the sky and go, oh, that sounds like a cool thing. I'll try that out. I read it in a theory book once, right? No, what I do is I'll find songs I like. I go, okay, what are they doing in that song? Hey, Radiohead does added chords and they do 3+3+2 rhythms. I'm gonna write that down so that way when I wanna write music one day, I know the sounds that I like. And then I can use that as a tool in my toolbox to write other songs. This is not like Radiohead did not come up with this. They stole it from somebody else. I have to go look up who it was, but they most definitely got it from somebody else. and they incorporate it into their music. So it's like no original thought, right? Or here's a blank wall, paint now, right? You need something to start from when you're trying to write music or create your own stuff, as you want to do sometimes, when work slows down a little bit, that is. And by looking at songs that you like and going, what do they do? And there's a common thread between the songs that I like, go, oh, what are those common threads? And then that's your sound that you like, right? So what Radiohead's doing in Nice Dream is, instead of doing bar chords like this, they could have easily just done that with full bar chords from the C down to the A, going down the neck one fret at a time. Instead, what they're doing is they're having the open B, open E ring through all those chord changes, and it sounds like this. Ooh. So rather than that, too happy, Radiohead's more melancholy and mopey. And that's how they get that Radiohead mopey sound. I'm sure he's a blast at dinner parties. Probably was reading some nihilistic work or something, I'm sure. So 1, 2, and 3, and 4, 5, and 6, and 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, 5, and 6. And he just runs that down the neck, and he gets that really cool sound because he's not barring. He's using a movable shape, which I tabbed out for you here. He just moves it down the neck, and he's using this as the common thread to make sure it all fits together. That pedaling notes on one string. This is a very common thing you see in open tunings. Like, see if I play some stuff that sounded like open tunings, I'll have one chord shape I'll move down the neck, and I use open strings to create a really neat sound. All the way down there, so we make it sound neater. That's better. That would be like me composing in a Radiohead style, like 1, 2, 1, 2. It doesn't sound like Radiohead, but I'm using their tools that they laid out. So that's example 1 of a dream pop kind of sound that you can get out of your guitar. Another one is taking this E form shape, right? Now, what Thom Yorke does in the verse chords, what he does, he takes this and he chops it to pieces. The same way we did for our partial Cage chords. This is exactly what he's doing. Where I said before, Cage kind of rules all this rock and roll stuff. This is how they're thinking of things. So he takes this chord here and he chops it to pieces. And he goes, okay, I don't want to do the full bar because that's too happy. I want to make it more mopey, like my style. That's the Radiohead style. And I bring my ring finger down. I'm going to catch this note, and I'm going to leave this one here, and I'm going to play open strings. And this sounds just kind of dreamy, that dreamy kind of sound. So dreamy mopey. And what he's going to do, he's going to use this as his foundation for this riff. 1, 2, 3. He's going to take his pinky and put it here. So he's going to keep this down, right? This chord shape down. He's going to keep that down. He's going to have motion within it to make it more interesting. This song was probably born out of him doing this. Smooth the fingers. Ooh, that's a cool sound. Like, feel like everything lifted. He's gonna take his pinky, put that on the 8th fret right here. So he stays 6 to 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I really like that sound. What if I... More of this next week. To show you what you can do with it later. and we'll leave it there for today. Awesome. So work on Bulletproof. We'll start talking about Nice Dream, or yeah, we'll work on Finish Bulletproof. We'll talk on Nice Dreams, and then we'll go from there next time. I'll see you same time next week.